Mission First Tactical is the official tactical accessories provider for the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive 20% discount on all orders.
Oh, it got better. Oh, it got worse. Oh, it's better again. Every time you block the sun. Jesus.
Motherfucker. That's brutal. Every time I block the sun, it's better.
Well, I mean, you are a small moon. You're like Marco. I go through this shit with Marco every time, too.
Hey.
Even bought him equipment, a light, a camera, a microphone, a headset, and he still fucks it up.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready to start?
Let's do it.
You ready to do this biatch? So, Ton, I don't know if you heard me telling John this or not, but I've got some sort of an alien infection in my throat. So,
you went to the gym again, didn't you?
I always go to the gym.
And every time you go, you get some kind of infection.
But I woke up. I do not every time.
Every time
you lying
go,
bastard.
You get some kind of weird conjunctivitis, sepsis, scabies.
I woke up this morning and I had this phlegm in my throat, and I hacked some of it up, and it was like the consistency of a jellyfish. It was like clear.
That's what you get for hanging out with a bunch of people that run in place and go nowhere
gooey,
all the time.
And gooey. So, I don't know.
There's your problem.
We'll see. It might like make me grow another arm or something, but that would be cool. So, welcome in, Leadheads. This is the Talking Lead podcast. I'm your host, Lefty, where we have been leducating the unleducated for 12 years, almost 13. Working on 13 years. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. Should I skip year 13 and just call it 14? You know how they do floors with
You're not an elevator in the U.S. You're not a hotel.
It doesn't work.
Right.
That curse doesn't work the same way?
No.
Okay. So, welcome in, Leadheads. Hope that everybody's doing well. It is the winding down July here, and boy, oh boy, has July been a month. There has been a shift ton of things happening in the month of July, and looks like Ton's frozen. He finally gets his light working, and now his camera's jacked up. What in the world is going on?
I don't know. I just had a power flash here.
You had a power flash?
Yeah, all my power just flashed.
Are you getting those storms that are rolling through down there? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we may lose you. You may get blown away with a tornado.
It's been that week here.
Is it flooding there?
No, we had about 2 inches of rain yesterday. Then we had lightning. Now we're having brush fires and wind. So we're good. It's a good time.
Holy crap. Good time to be in Texas.
Dude, it's beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
And 90% humidity, so my back titties are sweating, so we're good.
So there you go, Leadheads. My co-host, Ton Jones, joining me this episode. We've got some news that we're going to drop, and our special guest this episode is John Fahrner. He is the Senior Development Marketing Officer. Did I get that right?
That is right.
Okay.
There's a lot more to that, though. Put the rest of it in there.
I'll let him do that. That was a mouthful for me. So, John is with the Gun Owners of America nonprofit organization that is in it for your gun rights. They are gun rights advocates and so much more. And we're going to get into that. We're going to let John tell us about Gun Owners of America and is it a convention or what do you call it that's coming up?
It is a convention. It's called the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit, GOALS for short. It is our first annual convention.
The first annual convention, and They are having it in Tennessee and Knoxville, Tennessee, of all places. Go Vols. Woo! And Ton and I are going to be attending that. And I'm excited to do that. And you guys are going to have a range day. We're going to talk about the range day. And then, of course, the event itself. And Ton and I, like we did at NRA with Pioneer Arms, have an announcement for people that will be attending that. There's going to be something cool that you can participate with us in. I'll just leave it at that until we talk about it. How about that?
John's saying, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah, I know. Ton didn't tell me anything. Thanks, Ton.
I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm here for anything.
So for our listening audience who's not watching the video, you should be watching all of our videos now. We're posting them on Rumble. It's free to join Rumble. It's better than YouTube. They're pro 1A, they're pro 2A, they're pro Constitution, they're pro America. It's a great platform that needs more support so that they can improve. I mean, it's not the smoothest or greatest, as far as posting and whatnot, but they're working out the kinks. I can say it's not horrible, and it's getting better and better. But that's where we're posting our videos now. So go watch us, like us, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a rating. Even if you're on like the Spotify's or the iHearts, or what are the other ones that are out there? Just the normal podcasting stations. Wherever you're listening, rate us, leave a comment. 5-star rating, greatly appreciated. But if you think I absolutely suck, then it is what it is, right? I don't get paid by your star ratings. I don't get paid at all. But anyway, watch us on Rumble. But what I was getting at is John has this amazing patch wall behind him. It's like 3 stories high, and there's got to be at least 3,000 patches on that wall. Have you ever counted them?
Somebody asked me about 2 weeks ago, and I actually counted them. There is 1,123 on the wall, no duplicates.
Wow. That's amazing. And that's just the ones you got on your wall. So you probably got more in boxes and
there's a duplicates panel I've got somewhere. That's
amazing. It's a lot of patches. And that you said that was like 10 years of collecting those patches?
10 years of being in the industry collecting those patches.
Very cool.
Holy shit.
Have you been with G.O.A. those 10 years? Because G.O.A.'s been around since 1976?
Yeah, G.O.A.'s been around from 1976. I've been... Let's see. I started off in the industry working behind the counter at a gun store, moved to another gun store, moved to another gun store.
What state?
Ohio. All this was in Ohio.
Okay.
Went and worked at Faxon for 3 years.
I think that's where I know you from is from Faxon. Yeah.
Yeah, left Faxon, went to a company called True Shot in Arizona, and then left there about a year ago next week. I'll be with G.O.A. for a year now.
Very good. Very good. So, I mean, you've got a pretty extensive background in the industry, and you've been around for a minute.
Introducing our new belly band holster. Whether you're hitting the gym or running a quick errand, our belly band is one of the most comfortable and safest ways to carry your firearm. The center section allows you to carry most common pistols. Left or right-handed, this has you covered. A hard laminate trigger shield protects the firearm's trigger from unwanted intrusion, giving you ease of mind while carrying every day. 2 elastic sleeves give you the flexibility to carry other everyday items, such as spare mags, flashlight, knife, or pepper spray. 2 zippered pockets run on both sides, offering the option to carry smaller items such as money, cards, or keys. Flush fit on your lower back or waist, easily keeping your setup discreet no matter how you choose to carry. Utilizing 3D spacer mesh, these channels allow for exceptional and efficient airflow, giving you maximum comfort and keeping you cool. Carry whenever you want, how you want, with our new belly band holster. Available now.
Go to missionfirsttactical.com. Use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive listener-only 20% discount.
So we're gonna talk about Gun Owners of America, get into all the awesome things that they're doing for our Second Amendment rights, and then some. But first, you know what I hear, Ton. I'm hearing the.
Is that a train?
The old guy. I think I'm hearing a train come in. So get ready, brace yourselves. The gunny is bringing that jackwagon train in, and we got some jackwagons, some heroes to take care of.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
Brace yourself is right. And before we get into these, I say it every episode, if you've got nominations for jackwagons or Leadhead Brigade heroes, send those to me. talkingled@gmail.com. It's that easy. Just shoot me a little email there and say, this is my nomination for your next jackwagon train. And if you got heroes, somebody or something that's maybe not getting the recognition that they need from the liberal media, and it's all liberal media now. There's no conservative media out there. Name me one. Yeah, I didn't think so. So, crickets. I would love to hear from you. And sometimes that's where we pick our winners for the prizes that we give on this show. I didn't do one for this episode. I normally will do a post, John, and let people know who my guest is going to be and have them post questions and stuff on the social medias. But I didn't do that. But that's because we got lots of giveaways coming up. So the AK Corner, I know I didn't give you the instructions on the giveaway for their new Hell Puppy, which it's on the wall up there. Over there's the Hell Puppy, the new 7-inch AK-M from Pioneer Arms Corps. The Hell Puppy. I'm going to give you the questions or the instructions on how to enter for that. That's going to be September's giveaway. So we'll talk more about it on August episode of the AK Corner. And then, of course, Mission First Tactical. We're always giving away stuff from Mission First Tactical. Their holsters, their drinkware, their AR accessories. They even make AK grips, which some of you probably didn't know that. But I love their AK grips. They're my favorite. I've got them on at least. And everything up there, Ton, I changed it to my AK wall.
I noticed that. I was looking at that right now. I'm like,
those are all AKs.
Everything around.
I did because Lockdown, our buddy from Lockdown, sent me that AR dealio. So I was trying to make room to be able to put that up there, and I was like, I got to do it. I was like, I just want to do an AK wall. So there is one AR up there, and it's over here, but it's a 7.62, so it fits in the family.
Oh, okay.
But I'm using that new wall attachment that they've got for.
You mean my chicken coop gun holder?
Your chicken coop.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Yeah, Ton decided to put his in his chicken coop. Take care of those predators that are out there.
Damn straight.
Damn Skippy. So let's do the jackwagon train. And Ton, do you have a jackwagon? Why don't you start us off and get us warmed up?
I got a jackwagon.
You're never short on jackwagons.
Dude, no, never.
Who's your jackwagon?
Well,
or what?
It actually goes to a group of people.
Perfect.
And we've all seen them. And funny enough, they're in the 2A industry.
Okay.
Shocking.
Bashing our own. Okay, go right ahead.
Damn straight. I'm throwing those fuckers right underneath the train for them to run over.
Losing the legs, all right.
Yep. Because we've all been to the gun shops, the local gun shops, where you see that guy. The fatty tactical wearing every piece of kit that works behind the counter. Wearing his tourniquet, wearing his holster, wearing his leg holster. That dude, every piece, and he knows everything about everything. I was stopping at a few gun shops, and I came across this gun shop. They're a really nice gun shop, so I'm not going to throw them under onto the train or under it. But this family came in and asking legitimate questions, trying to get training, trying to get help. And this fuckstick was so arrogant and such a prick that he was turning people away from our own industry, people that wanted to get into the 2A industry. He was actually turning them off because he wanted to feel so superior about what little knowledge that he had because he worked at a gun shop. This guy was, it seems like, oh, he got hired.
Did you ask him how long he's actually had that job or been in the actual?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you want to call that in the industry, I guess you can. But
in typical ton fashion, you know how I like to stay reserved in my own business.
Yeah.
While he was spewing his nonsense, I walked over and asked him how long he'd been working there, and he said 2 years. I said, oh, that's cute. And I said, did you just go and buy all your gear off of Amazon? I said, because you're a fucking idiot. Right in there, right on the show floor.
Get your laser tag gear.
Yeah. I said, that's cute. You bought all this stuff off of Amazon. You came in here and got a job. I said, if you were my employee, I would have fired you. And he was taken back. I said, these people are actually in here trying to get help and you want to act superior and knowledgeable. So you're going to be a dick the whole time. And by then the manager walked up and asked if there was a problem. I said, yes, you have an idiot for an employee.
And what was his response?
He said, excuse me?
Because if they start jumping in and defending them, you know where the employee gets it from.
Yeah. And he said, well, tell me what's going on. I said, you have a family in here that's trying to get shooting lessons and trying to learn and get everything taken care of. And they're interested in buying a rifle. And you got fatty tactical is actually how I put it in here, trying to spew ignorance instead of knowledge and act superior. And they are about to leave. And you're about to lose a customer, and we're about to lose someone that's going to be in here supporting the 2A community because you have a jackwagon, exact words,
nice,
over here trying to be superior. I said, bro, you need to fire this dipshit. And know what? I'm out of here. And I turned and walked away. And all I hear is, you need to go on break. And I am so sorry. Let me get you a discount on this, and I can help you out. And here, I'm going to get you free classes to our firearms training course. As I'm walking out, that's what I heard.
Nice. You know, I got to be honest with you, man. I have not run across that guy in a long time at a gun store. Most of the ones, I'm going to say all the ones that I've been to in the last at least 5 years, the people are very cordial. They're very interested in what the customer is looking for, you know, and I haven't really heard any of the, you know, holier than thou type attitudes or seen that. I'm sure it's out there. Obviously it's still out there because, you know, you just saw it, but
yeah, it's been a lot less, which is great.
But isn't that what we really want in any industry, whether it's firearms or, you know, going to Best Buy and trying to find a, you know, computer or, you know, or something like that. I want somebody who's knowledgeable and knows their shit, but at the same time, I don't want somebody who's condescending. Yeah, condescending and you know,
and
being a douche.
It's a lot less than it used to be, but I'm starting to see it a little more than I did a few years ago.
Interesting.
I ran into one in Dallas.
Oh, you did?
Who was like, oh yeah, we were at a range day in Dallas. I'm not going to see the place, but he was like, I've been doing this for 12 years. And I'm like, well, you're being kind of a jackwagon and being rude to the people who are here. You've been rude to my vendors. So
yeah,
let's tone it down a little bit.
Yeah. And look, I get it. Everybody after the fact likes to tell stories about a dumbass coming into their store or their range, and you know what a fucking idiot that this person was, and you know this, that, and I get that, doing it in private on your own time, you know, telling those stories, but you don't act that way in front of, you know, the customer.
No. And that's the thing that gets me. It's
unless they're just an absolute douche too, you know, then
yeah, and it would
blast away.
I'm sitting there just going through some stuff, looking at things, checking out other gun shops, seeing what's out there, seeing what's on the consignment wall. When you're traveling through Texas, it's a big state.
There's a lot of gun stores in Texas. Have you ever done like a survey to see how many gun stores per square mile are?
There's just so many. But you could just cruise, and you always see these between gun shops, pawn shops. I stop at them all. I just want to see what people have and see the different setups. And it was just one of those moments last Saturday. I was just kicking back in the store, and that guy. You walk in, and you're like, dude, untuck your shirt. No one wants to see the fucking dough hanging over. Do us all a favor. That button was never meant to hold that kind of fucking tension. Just let it go. And he tucks it in, belt on, ass sagging out, pants on, tourniquet sticking off his back where he couldn't reach it if he had to. Dude, he has T-Rex arms. It can't get a back around there.
T-Rex arms.
On that motherfucker. And he mimics, like, he'll tell stories about how, this person came in and I drew my gun and I had it ready. I was like, no, you didn't, dude.
What about those pictures on the internet you see that people will post from time to time? They'll see a guy in the, in a restaurant or convenience store or something like that, and he's got the, the gun at like 5 o'clock, and he's got the extended magazine, and it's the wrong magazine. He's got like a Glock magazine and a SIG, and
that's him.
Those are hilarious. I find those hilarious.
And it was that exact situation. It was the poster child for contraceptives that I walked in on. I was like, yep, this should have been on a teddy bear.
There you go. Over it. That's awesome. All right. So, John, you're kind of getting the idea of where we're going with this. So I'll go ahead and do mine, give you some more time to think about it. And I'm kind of going to get political. I'm going to stay on the political train here. And with everybody knows, our last episode we did executive protection. So we had 4 experts in the executive protection business. And when I say experts, I mean these guys were top notch. Nobody else is getting this type quality of people on their show to talk about it. But I just wanted you guys to know about executive protection, what it was, what it's supposed to be. After the Pennsylvania, was it Pennsylvania that where Trump got attempted to be assassinated kind of deal, and the Secret Service, and kind of point out the good things they did, the bad things they did, what should have been done, what could have been done. And what was really good is they shared like some personal stories in their own service of protecting people. So those stories were golden. And Ton, your camera's blurry again, just so you know. But obviously the Secret Service, we all know they fucked up. I mean, it was obvious. I mean, you didn't need to know the first thing about executive protection to know that was a major screw up on the Secret Service, the local police, whoever it may be. And what's her name? Cheadle resigned. So as we're recording this, that she finally resigned, which she was fighting tooth and nail. And even though she was saying it's all on her, the buck stops with her, she wasn't going to fall on her sword. She was just going to, accept her failure and think that that's going to be okay and continue serving in the Secret Service as a failure. But I think we're probably going to see some more heads roll from that, not just hers. Hopefully her boss will also lose their job. And I don't know, you're still blurry, Ton.
Okay.
So does it not blurry on your end? Does he look blurry to you, John?
Yeah, he's blurry.
Yeah.
I keep breaking shit. My bad.
Yeah. But my jackwagon's going to go to Biden and Harris. And I guess it's political, but Netanyahu's in town today. He's addressing Congress and giving a speech. And, the reason he's here is he's wanting more money. to help support their war, which, whatever. But neither Biden nor Harris are there. And I don't even think that who's the next one down. They may or not be there, but the fact that they couldn't show up for a prime minister of one of our allied countries, one of our biggest allied countries, Israel, to just show support. And I know Biden supposedly has COVID or he's sick or whatever, but he's in town obviously because he's going to address the nation tonight in some bullshit speech. Maybe it's an AI generated. I don't know. But he could at least got on a Zoom or something like that and been on screen to be there to support Netanyahu as he was addressing the nation, our nation, the United States of America. So whether you agree with supplying them money for that war or not, I mean that's your personal choice, your personal decision. I think we've got skin in the game anyway. So yeah, I mean to some extent, yeah, I believe that we need to provide the military and monetary support, weapons, but maybe not to the extent that they want it. I know that if Trump was there, he would do it, but he'd make them pay for it. They sure as hell would be paying for it, which I have no problem with that. So that's my jackragon. For that reason, they're jackwagons, but for many more other reasons, they're jackwagons too. Camel Toe Harris and Sleepy Joe. So I'm sure tonight's speech will, just exasperate that. So, John, with that, have you been on the show before?
No, it's my first time on the show.
So you're a newbie. So we got a new guy on here. So this is his first jackwagon train. We're breaking him in. So John, hit us with your jackwagon.
Well, I guess I got two jackwagons. Jackwagon number one is this man named Ton Jones calls me at 6 a.m. in the morning, knowing I'm asleep.
Oh,
and when I call him back, he goes, I did it on purpose because normally you don't answer the phone at night because you're doing something. So that's jackwagon number one.
There you go. Perfect.
Jackwagon number two happened last night with Kamala Harris screaming that she's going to get an AWB passed. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll fight you tooth and nail on that one.
Does she even know what that means? Does she even know
She's,
what an AWB is?
Maybe. She probably thinks it's a news organization. Who knows?
She probably thinks it's a pro-Israel company. So
yeah. So those are my two jackwagons.
I mean, how big of a shit show is this going to be? This election. I mean, it already is a shit show. It's already turned out to be the most historical race in history with the attempted Trump assassination, Biden pulling out. He's the first. Is he the first or second president in history
It hasn't happened since 1932.
Yeah, to seek re-election.
And that's when so I was asking my boss about this. It hasn't happened since 1932, and the reason why it happened in 1932 is the nominee died, and and then FDR came in.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that was the last time. Now I know we'll see how this election goes. I know that there's some election laws and things like that they're trying to work out with the funding. So we'll see what that has to entail, but we'll find that out as time comes along.
Yeah, because Camel Toe basically just came in and stole all that money that was the Biden-Harris ticket, and they're saying because her name was on it also, she has rights to that war chest or whatever. But here's what I don't know. What if she doesn't? Where does that money go?
It's gone.
Does it go in Biden's pocket? Does it go, who gets that money? Where does it go? And these fuckers aren't using this money that they're raising all for their campaign and all. So people's pockets are getting lined. People are making out like bandits. That's why when they walk in, a new elected politician walks into office broke, or just middle class, and they walk out, multimillionaires. Every one of them. Doesn't matter, Republican, Democrat, every one of them get fucking stinking rich. I wonder how that is. Because we're stupid. We don't understand all this money that they're taking in. Where's it going?
I wonder if they answer their phone calls from their friends at 6 a.m.
if they think they're getting paid.
More important.
Yeah, those people answer it.
Important phone calls.
They answer it because they know they're going to get cut out of that war chest. So
I had to set my alarm that day to wake up early enough to call you, then go back to bed.
All right.
And
any more jack wagons besides ton? Because we all can agree on that one.
I'm good on that.
So let's do heroes. And I'm going to start us off with the heroes. And this day in history, 1969, July 24th, this is the 24th as we're recording this, 1969, the Apollo 11 crew splashed down in the Pacific Ocean after their rocky but successful mission to the moon. And they are my heroes. Not only them, but the whole mission control and everybody that came together to make that possible. Now, I know some people are saying it didn't happen. Big conspiracy theory. They filmed it on set. What was the famous director they're saying that did that?
Oh, God.
Not Scorsese, but it was one of those big directors back in the 60s. I can't remember who it was right now. But the astronauts, Neil Armstrong was the commander, Edwin E. Buzz Aldrin Jr., lunar module pilot, and Michael Collins, who was originally the backup command module pilot, and he got assigned because Jim Lovell had some sort of bone, I don't know if it was a disease or disorder or something, and he got bumped to the backup crew. Of course, there's a big movie about it. Y'all watched that movie? Was that Apollo 11? Apollo 13. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
It was Apollo 13.
13. But I think there's been some movies about Apollo 11, too. But there's a shit ton of documentaries. I know that. So the famous first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, Apollo 11, they splashed down on this day, July 24th, 69? He said 69. But they were up there, I think, 8 days. July 16th through July 24th was the entire length of the mission. So my heroes, astronauts, just all astronauts, because I wanted to be an astronaut when I was growing up. And as you can see, that was a big failure. I'm a podcast host of a gun show now. So second best, right?
Well, you definitely qualify for the height limit.
You bust the weight limit.
And we know this.
Fucker. All right, y'all got any heroes? Who's your hero? John, you got a hero?
Yeah, I've got one. I'm going to give a shout out and a hero to Kyle Wade from Anderson Manufacturing, who took his week vacation off this week to go with Hunts for Heroes on their tour with their race car to raise money in Iowa. So he selflessly took his vacation to go to Iowa to ride around with this crew to raise money for Hunts for Heroes. So
wait a minute. Selfishly? I mean,
okay.
Who among us would not take time off to go on a hunt with a racing crew?
I mean,
he's borderline jackwagon too. I mean, I don't know.
He's spending the whole week going to 11 dirt tracks.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's actually work.
Yeah. So he's going to 11 dirt tracks, going to hang out in the pits and do some stuff. But he left Sunday and he's in Iowa right now. So shout out to him.
I don't know if you've ever been in the pits at a race before, but it doesn't suck. It's pretty cool, especially if you're not having to work and you're just there to observe and and watch and have a good time. But I can definitely get behind Hunts for Heroes. Talk about, are you familiar with that organization?
Yeah, he told me all about it the other night.
Okay. So, organizations like that, and I'm sure they're taking a group of veterans on this with them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To experience the dirt racing. And that's a whole nother animal, too, dirt racing, versus like the NASCAR and the asphalt racing stuff. Very cool. Ton, what about you? Hero?
Yep.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to call me out again. That's okay.
No, just like your height, you're a little short on that one.
But your weight makes up for it.
The mom and dad that brought their 4 kids into that same gun store to actually take the time to go and ask,
good call,
and find out about training.
Good call.
That mom and dad are my heroes, because they're actually going above and beyond. When they did not know something, they came to find out about it, and they're taking their kids to go get more training, even at a young age. I mean, granted, the youngest one was probably 10, and the oldest one was probably in the late teens.
Mm-hmm.
But still, dragging 4 kids to a gun shop on a Saturday when, most kids want to do everything but, and they were all for it, to go talk about training and education. That mom and dad are heroes in my book. We need more of that.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Get an additional $25 off plus 2 extra magazines when you use the code AK Corner at pioneerarmsus.com. That's Alpha, Kilo, Oscar, Romeo, November, Echo, Romeo.
And I think that makes a really good segue for us to get into Gun Owners of America. And John Fahrner, with what all you guys are doing to help push and promote the Second Amendment. So, John, take it away, brother. Tell us about G.O.A.
So, G.O.A., we are a 501c3 and a 501c4. We have Gun Owners of America and Gun Owners Foundation, started in 1976 by one of the former board members of the NRA who saw that the things in California were going well. So he decided to start Gun Owners of California so he could sue on the national level. Found out very quickly as a state org, you can't sue very often on the national level. So he started Gun Owners of America. Then in 1983, we started the Gun Owners Foundation, which is our lobbying arm to go in and lobby. We are the only no compromise gun rights organization out there. We fight every way, every day to preserve the 2A. And when other people buy suits, we file lawsuits. When other people take private jets, we fly coach. So that is my pitch. I've been told this pitch many times by a good friend who works for the org. But we have gotten a ton of great victories this year, one of them being the pistol brace injunction that we had nationally. And the one that we've got pulled up right now is the new assault on the Second Amendment by the Biden-Harris administration and their ATF, and that is the definition of doing business. So for people who...
And I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but I really wanted John to come on and talk about this because it's an issue. Even if you think it's like, well, I'm not in the business of selling gun. I go out and it's a hobby, and I'll trade one here, or I'll sell one here, and whatever. But the way the ATF is taking this upon themselves to interpret, I guess, this mandate by Biden and Camel Toe is if you make a profit, then you're in the business of selling a gun. So even if you take it to, and I'm going to let you talk and go into details, but even if you go to your local gun shop, FFL, or if you have an FFL and I guess you're in the business then, but if you as an individual go to the FFL and you do a gun transfer to somebody else, and you sell that gun, they can take you to jail. You can go to jail for up to 5 years or more, I think, plus the fines that are on there. Not even know that in their eyes, which you're not breaking the law. It's perfectly legal for individuals to buy, sell, trade guns between one another. But John, I'm going to let you get into the weeds on that.
Yeah. So here's the big deal about this, and it's exactly what it sounds like. If you are in trying to make a profit on a firearm, I don't know about you guys, but I have bought tons of surplus guns, and one of them being a Mosin that I paid $89 for 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Those are worth like $400. So I'm going to make a profit if I ever sell that. The ATF is trying to make it that every firearms owner is going to have to be an FFL, which then goes against our Fourth Amendment rights, because if you're an FFL, the ATF can come in whenever they want. So you're looking at this and you're going, okay, well, if I've got to be an FFL and I've got to do this to sell my own guns, to do this is a de facto registry. They're trying to get you to register. They're trying to get you to do business, and they're trying to redefine what doing business. They're trying to get rid of private sales. Their big term is always the gun show loophole. It's been perfectly legal for many, many years.
There is no loophole.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody just come out? Some government official came out and said there is no gun hole. It's made up bullshit.
Yeah.
I just saw an article about it because kind of breezing through shit, but it's always, and there are some states, now it depends on what state you're in, that have laws, that regulate that. But on a national level, it's perfectly okay for people, again, like I said, to buy guns and trade with a buddy or sell one to a neighbor or, whatever. It's always been legal to do that without having to have an FFL, without having a license to do that.
Yeah, and we sued in the state of Texas on behalf of our members and a couple other state orgs, and with the state of Texas. We do a lot of lawsuits in Texas because the Texas AG will back us up and set a precedent that we can take to the federal level.
Right.
So as of June 2nd, we have a national injunctions and a temporary restraining order for all G.O.A. members, for VCDL, and for members, people who live in Texas, as well as, I believe, the Tennessee Defense League as well.
There you go. So it says, until June 2nd, members of Gun Owners of America are protected from the ATF's tyrannical rule that would force citizens like you either to comply with an unconstitutional background check or face criminal prosecution. But now the real fight begins. And there's an article on their website that you guys can go and read it. I'm sure there's a lot of other places where you can go and get some more information on this. But in a nutshell, and we're just kind of wrapping it up, that's what the Biden administration has tasked the ATF with now, is going through, and I guess the way they define it, the gun show loophole bullshit. If you're legally selling a gun to someone else, I mean, that's like going to selling my house. I don't have to have a real estate agent to sell my house. I don't have to have a licensed real estate agent to sell real estate, buy, sell real estate. But if you're in the business of doing that, then, depending on what state you're in and whatnot, then, you have to be licensed for that. If that's like your job, your profession that you do. But if I wanted to sell my house for sale by owner, which is a perfectly good thing, this is like saying that if I did that and somebody bought my house, because your house typically is going to appreciate year to year. It's just automatically going to do that. It's going to be worth more than what you paid for it, typically. So you go to sell it, you're going to make a profit, and you could go to jail. That's basically saying I could go to jail for doing that, for selling my home. Or let's say I got a comic book collection. Say I collect comic books, and I've been collecting comic books for 10 years, and I've got a nice collection, and they've appreciated in value, and I go to sell that collection, and they're well, you're going to go to jail for that because you don't have a license to sell comic books. It's bullshit.
100%. And it's crazy to think that they're going that far to go after name another asset that you can buy. And we can look at guns as assets. Car, gold, anything like that. Now you're a car dealer if you sell your car, or a gold dealer if you sell gold.
Yeah, you need a license for
firearms are the same thing.
Yeah, is what they're saying, which is ludicrous. It's complete lunacy.
No, it gets worse. I just received the letter 2 days ago from the ATF. Anybody in the southern border states, California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, because I have my FFL, if I receive anybody that wants to purchase more than one firearm in, I think it's a 5-day period. I didn't read the letter. I just kind of tossed on my dashboard because I got the email about a week before that. If someone makes a purchase of more than one firearm within a 5-day period, I'm to immediately report it to the ATF. It's to stem illegal transportation of firearms across the Mexican border.
What?
And it's only for border states.
Oh, yeah. It's
dash my truck.
Yeah, so it used to be any two handguns purchased within a 5-day period, they would do what's called a multiple report. And this is coming from my days working at the FFLs. So a multiple report is any two handguns, depending on where your state is, any two handguns within a 5-day period, you have the FFL has to send that to the chief law enforcement officer in the area with the make, model, serial number of both firearms, as well as send a copy to West Virginia, to the ATF office in West Virginia. That's for any time you buy two handguns. That's for all states. On the border states, it was both for handguns and for rifles, but it sounds like they've changed it now that it's any two guns. That if anybody buys any two guns, those serial numbers and make and model go straight to ATF headquarters and straight to chief law enforcement officer for the area.
Guess what?
Which is another thing. It's not cool.
Guess what?
What?
I didn't hit the record button.
I just noticed it said started recording.
Yeah. I was recording the audio over here. So I got the audio, but I didn't hit the fucking record on the video there. So how do y'all feel about recreating the first hour?
What song was it? Yeah, I can do that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
But we could continue with this, and then we can go back and do the first part.
Actually, let me go get that paper off my dashboard real quick.
Your what? Paper?
That letter.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's just continue here because I don't want to lose our momentum that we've got. So again, they can go to Gun Owners of America if you want more information on this particular, again, overreach by our government, by their Gestapo agencies, the ATF, and learn more about that. But it's, again, you gotta stand up for your rights. So you've got to join organizations like Gun Owners of America or NRA or do them all. And there's a blue ton other of nonprofits that are out there that have the lobbyists that fight for our rights in Washington. And the G.O.A. has been doing that since 1976. So while we're waiting on Ton to come back, he's going to go get that letter. John, talk about, again, the lobbyist. How does that work with an organization like G.O.A.?
So we have our Gun Owners Foundation, which is our 501c3 that does all our lobbying arms. So we actually have an office in Springfield, Virginia, right outside of D.C., and our team, our federal affairs team, is on the Hill almost every day talking to senators and congressmen, looking at bills. I mean, when people think about, there's a lot of time we get a lot of heat, and a big one we got heat for our lobbying arm was for the constitutional carry bill in Michigan. And what a lot of people don't understand there's a lot of these bills have hidden writing on them. So the one in Michigan had a ton of red flag laws in it, and we were not going to stand for that. So we opposed that bill. But there's a lot of bills that'll go in, and we have people dedicated to read every bill that goes in to Congress and Senate. And these bills are 1,200 to 1,000 page long, really tiny type, and they have to read through all of it to find the hidden stuff. We can't control F for gun or firearm or anything like that. They'll purposely put spaces in between words. So like gun, they'll put GU and then space N, and they'll do that so we can't control F it. We have to read through every single bill that comes through to make sure that there's no gun control in it.
And that should be something they should make illegal, is doing that type shit.
You'd hope.
Or maybe it already is, but they do it anyway, you know. I don't know.
Oh, they do it all the time.
I know.
There's been a couple bills that have come through that have been like that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there is something in place for them not to do it, but they do it anyway. I don't know. But think about lobbyists. I don't think people really understand when you say we got lobbyists. You know, what is a lobbyist? What's the function of a lobbyist? What's their goal? I mean, I know they're up there to be a little bird in the politicians' ears, but what are they actually doing? How are they doing that?
Basically, they're going in and they're talking to the staffers or the congressman and senator directly, and just talking to them about the bill, why this bill is bad, why it's or if it's a good bill, and kind of keeping them on track for, you know, what everything is going on to avoid unnecessary gun control, which all gun control is unnecessary, but to avoid any additional infringements on our rights. So our team is there reading the bill, then they'll call the senators and congressmen and go, hey, okay, here is what we suggest you do. We think you should vote no on this bill. Here's the hidden agenda in it. Here's what's going on. And a lot of these bills, you get like an hour notice. So we have to read through these bills in an hour or 2 hours before they get voted. And we have to make sure that we're educated and that we pass that information on to our representatives to talk to these senators and congressmen to show them, hey, this is why this bill is bad. And we're really just lobbying them to vote pro TLP.
But are they like scheduling meetings with these people? Are they just catching them coming off the steps?
All the above. It could be all the above. It could be catching them as they walk out, going and scheduling meetings with their staffers, phone calls, text messages, running. I just talked to one of our federal affairs team. He called me. He was running from the House to the Senate, and he had like 3 minutes in between meetings to talk real quick about a bill that was going on. Yeah. So it's one of those things, like things happen fast, but sometimes they're slow.
How do you really get their attention? How do you know that you've gotten their attention and that they are behind you? At what point does a lobbyist know that, all right, I got through to this guy or this girl?
In the vote. It really comes down to in the vote.
They don't know until I have the actual vote.
Yeah. Like there's guys we know who, if we tell them like, hey, this is what's going on, this is why it's bad, that we know that they've got our back. But there's other people, you go in and you lobby towards them and they may look at it from a different point of view. Mm-hmm. And that is why we put out our scorecard every year to show like, okay, here's who's voted this way, who's voted that way, to show that, their voting record, to show if they're actually who they say they are in pro 2A.
Sure. If they ever bring that up, then you can use that against them, I guess. It's like, well, you voted this way this year, and you voted this way this year, or on this bill. But it's like you said, there's a lot of other things that they pile into these bills that even though it's like, hey, I'm for suppressors coming off the NFA list, kind of deal. And, there's this bill that was the Hearing Protection Act. It's like, yeah, everybody's for it. It's like, why wouldn't this guy be for this? And well, if you go through and read what this bill actually has in it, then there's other things in here that aren't good for your gun rights, or your rights in general. So it's like, in order to get this passed, they're going to want all this other bullshit passed that you're going to lose other freedoms. And I guess that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that these bills that go in aren't just what they're labeled.
Yeah, and that's why we get, there was the National Police Reciprocity Bill that we opposed. There was red flag laws. There was a lot of anti-gun stuff in those bills. But on the surface, everyone goes, well, G.O.A. voted against a bill that was, pro this or pro that, just like I mentioned in Michigan.
Exactly.
But what you got to read into these bills, because red flag laws, you may gain a right, a constitutional carry, you gaining a right, but you're also losing a lot of your freedoms with these other parts of these bills that people just don't read into.
Exactly. And you guys may do this, but I think that's where you lose a lot of support, is when that comes out and they say, well, G.O.A. was against this. Well, unless you guys come out and say, the structure of this bill wasn't necessarily to protect your gun rights. It was to take away other rights. And if you point that out and say, if we would have signed this or it went on through, here's what you would have lost. Is that a trade-off you want to do? Kind of deal?
No fucking compromise. It's simple.
Right.
No fucking compromise.
But that's why these politicians do that. Is like, well, we're not going to vote on your bill for silencers to come off the NFA unless you give us red flag laws, kind of deal.
You know what? If we took a page out of the left, they do it really well. They don't compromise.
The right does it. The left they compromise all the fucking time. But they do it on both sides. They do it on both sides, Ton. It's
no compromise.
But that's the way it's got to be when it comes to your freedoms and your rights, no matter if it's your Second Amendment, your First Amendment, whatever it is. But that's how they deal. It's all compromise. It's like, if you want to get this, you got to give up this.
No,
that's the way they do it, though. That's the way it's done. That's the way it's always been done. And name me one bill that's gotten passed that's all it was X.
They put so much bullshit into these fucking laws and all this shit they're trying to pass.
How many attorneys does G.O.A. have on staff?
Several.
Okay.
I don't know the exact
10,
number.
12, 15, 30.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I know there's like a handful. We contract out some lawyers too, but we've got at least the big ones are Stambo and Rob Olson. They've been the big two ones who I talk to, and then they've got their teams that go around. They're that's a whole separate side of the organization than me.
Right. All right, let's move on to some of these other issues. And that's the big one right now that our listeners need to be aware of, is I don't know if it's got a name, but basically if you sell if you sell a gun, then you run the risk of committing a crime if you don't have your FFL license, no matter if it's a gun that you just acquired and you sold. And again, they're saying for profit, so they got to prove that you made a profit on it, but still, it doesn't matter. It's perfectly legal to do that. It's always been perfectly legal to do that. So now if you're doing this again as a business and you're trying to circumvent getting an FFL, then you should have to get your FFL, because there are some people that make a living buying and selling guns, not getting a license. They abuse the law as it is was set up. But anyway,
Whiskey River Beef, farm to table with a twist. Come along with us on a quest towards achieving self-sufficiency in food production and fostering a robust local food source to promote good health. Stock up with premium Tennessee beef, unparalleled in flavor and tenderness. You can be confident that you're receiving beef with no added growth hormones or implants. Always pasture-raised, locally USDA processed, and shipped straight to your home. Whiskey River beef is grass and whiskey mash fed and finished, and is at least 14 days dry aged to enhance the tenderness and give you the most robust flavor imaginable. Go to whiskeyriverbeef.com today to order. Visit us on Instagram at Whiskey River Life and on Facebook at Whiskey River Beef LLC.
That aside, other things that we kind of want to get updates on. The bump stock recently that ruling was overturned, and it's legal now for individuals to own and use bump stocks. Is that correct?
That is correct. The Cargill case passed through the Supreme Court, and we are good to go.
Was that one
supposedly?
No, go ahead.
Cargill is coming to goals too, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's going to be speaking. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about goals and everything that's going on there. But I want to get this out of the way. And then just so you guys know, because the flow of the beginning may be different than the flow of the middle of the show, I forgot to hit recording on the video. And we're going to go back and recreate.
Jackwagon.
I'm a huge jackwagon. But it's not the first time it's happened. So bump stocks are perfectly legal. There's no issue. Now, was there other things tied to that bill when they passed that law that bump stocks were machine guns, basically? Was there anything else tied to that, or was it just one of those that just went through? As
it came down later. So bump stocks came first, and then they went after FRTs. So now that the bump stock has been deemed not a machine gun, now they're going. There was an update last night. I haven't gotten the full debrief on it, but there was an update last night that the case with the FRT triggers have also been passed.
All right, FRT. Say what FRT is.
Yeah.
What is FRT?
Force reset trigger.
There. So that's your like binary, your binary triggers that you've seen like from Franklin, and there's a couple other. I just saw one the other day that was. It was like a rocker trigger. It had like a top and a bottom kind of deal, but it was like one trigger. Have you seen it? I can't remember who makes it. But
the old school paintball trigger.
Yeah, you basically can do two finger like your controller, 2 finger. You can rock it. So I don't know. I got no problem with those. I didn't have a problem with the bump stock, but I thought they were stupid and useless. And it's like I would never own one, but if you want one, that's fine. I don't care. Knock yourself out. If you enjoy the bump stock and you see a form of enjoyment from that, same thing with these triggers. I mean, but it's all in the training and anything else. If you're going to use it, you need to get out and use it and train and know how to properly use the shit, because those force triggers can really fuck somebody up if
it's called
you're not
the
used
shocker.
to them. The shocker.
That's the shocker.
S&T Inc. shocker, paintball style double trigger.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a fucking thing. So.
Shocker.
I'm not going to go there. All right. So the other thing we were talking about, silencer suppressors, whatever you want to call them. I don't give a shit. We all know what we're talking about. It's semantics.
I just pulled
mufflers.
that letter out they gave me from the ATF.
Oh, okay. Let me pull you up here, Ton.
Yeah.
So Ton got his ATF reprimand
letter about how I'm supposed to report any multiple sales, and the website right here to report multiple sales is barely legible.
Does it work? Have you even seen if it's an actual link? Does it work?
Ton, try to make a photocopy of that. I bet you that ink is so when you photocopy it, it doesn't photocopy.
Dude, I'll try right now.
Yeah, I bet you can still take a picture of it with your phone. Of course, they may have technology to mask that too. Who knows?
Try this.
But all right, while you're doing that, let's talk about silencers, suppressors, gun mufflers. Where are we at with that? Because like I said before, there's been like a couple of different attempts to make those those legal? Or not legal? They are legal, but not have to require the tax stamp form.
They're still sitting there. They're in limbo.
Is that because all this other shit's tied to them? Is like, if you want this, then you got to give up all this other shit?
Yeah. So we had the Hearing Protection Act that came out, I want to say 2015, 2016. And then now it's been changed to the Shush Act.
The Shush Act.
The Shush Act.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that one's still on the floor. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, here's the thing with suppressors and silencers. When OSHA approves them and they are recommended by OSHA, that tells you something.
And they are approved by OSHA?
Yeah. OSHA approves them. OSHA actually recommends that everyone should shoot suppressed.
Okay. And again, they're not illegal. You can own a suppressor or silencer, but you have to pay a $200 tax stamp, which is bullshit. And it's against the law to tax a right. You know, we have the right to own a firearm, but yet we're being taxed on it with these bullshit taxes that we have to pay. The manufacturers and, you know, the gun company, all these taxes that they have to pay also. It's actually against the law for the government to tax us on a right. So it's illegal anyway that they're doing it. So that alone should just nullify the whole thing. But it doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, since the NFA was passed, we just have to. We've been fighting it.
The NFA is illegal.
Yeah,
it's completely a violation of our freedoms. So that's where we're at. It's still in limbo. So doesn't look like there's any progress going on with getting that off the NFA list or just doing away with NFA completely.
I think if we get,
because braces, we got to talk braces too.
Yeah, I would with the suppressors real quick.
Yeah,
I think if we get the House and the Senate, we'll be able to get it through. Even though last time we had the House and the Senate, we didn't get through.
We didn't get shit done when we had the House and the Senate last time. I don't know why everybody's all gung ho about getting the House and the Senate, because it did us absolutely no good last time we had it. They wasted it. They squandered it. They sat there and bickered amongst themselves like politicians always fucking do. So you can tell how much I like politics. I hate talking politics, but these are important issues that affect our listeners directly, affect me, affect you, that hopefully you listeners are learning something from. I'm learning a lot about this. So it did print?
Did it disappear?
It's going to disappear in like 2 minutes.
It actually printed out better than the one I got.
There you go.
Original.
Okay, so they're not trying to be subversive with their letters, I guess. So that's good.
No, my printer actually was able to get more of the website than I can see on there.
Okay, well, good. But while we're talking, test that website, make sure it works. So let's talk about braces. Let's go to braces real quick, because that's another big hot topic, and it's kind of one of those things where some organizations have stepped in, and if you're a member of this organization, then you've got a grace period or whatever, and you're okay to have and own those. Is that still the case, or is this just anybody now can?
It's anybody. So we along with Second Amendment Foundation and FPC got a injunction for our members. Then about I want to say it's April or May is when we got the national injunction, thanks to a group of trainers out of Texas. So we got a national injunction. So the pistol braces are off the table. They are good to go. You can buy them, use them, do whatever.
Use them as intended.
Intended. What's intended depends on what definition.
Well,
That's the other thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to get into that, but now it's legal. You can own pistol braces.
Yep, and then you see companies are starting to sell them again. SB's coming back, so we're really excited about that. Continue to grow.
Yeah, I just bought one of those SB adapters for the tubes for an AK the other day. I've never used one before, and I wanted to try it out, and I think it's on that gun. No, it's on that gun right there. So haven't actually taken it out to shoot it yet, but we'll see. It's on the Pioneer Arms Hell Puppy. So braces, suppressors, bump stocks, the triggers. What else is out there that we need to be aware of that maybe we're, as gun owners, maybe we take it for granted and there's something coming around the pike that we need to be watching our backs on?
I mean, there's always something coming down the pipe. It's always be vigilant. Always keep an eye out. Always listen. Go to gunowners.org to keep up to date on stuff. Our Twitter's always up to date on
Your
things
Twitter?
and breaking news. Or X, my bad.
Well, no, I meant I just figured you'd do more on Instagram, but I guess you guys probably would get shadow banned on Instagram, huh?
Yeah, Instagram it's good, but it's not the best. But the Twitter or X, since Elon took over, we can do a lot more. So X has been really good to us. So that's where we keep up to date on our website and on X. It'll also come up on Instagram as well.
And I'm curious as to my listenership. How many of you guys are on X? And should I post? Because I don't really use X because at Twitter, when Twitter was Twitter, and they were getting the same shit we're getting from Instagram and Facebook, where they're just heavily shadow banning us and just right out filtering our stuff.
I'm allowed back on there finally.
Yeah, but are you getting content out? Are you able to get stuff out and people are seeing
for
it?
the first time in almost 10 years.
X is ever since Elon took over, it's the Wild West over there. It's so much better. We can say and do what we want over there.
All right. Well, maybe I should start getting more familiar with Twitter X. There I go doing it. I said people who call it.
You did it.
Twitter X, formerly known as Twitter. It's just Twitter or it's X. We know what it. We know what. Just say one or the other. It doesn't matter to me. So, and I don't have it up here, but you guys, was it just G.O.A, Gun Owners of America, or what is it on X?
Yeah, it's just Gun Owners of America on X.
Okay. And I'm sure if they go to your website, you've got links to all this on your website.
Yes.
To all your social medias and everything like that.
Oh, yeah. Everything is linked through the website.
Okay. Good deal.
More importantly, they need to go to the website and do something very important.
What's
here?
that?
Let me share screen.
Well, I got them up. I got
go to their website.
I got it right here. Huh? Boom. There's website.
Go to, I think it's renew, join G.O.A.
That's up here in the top right, and it's down here in the bottom left. There's several places. Yep. You can contribute or you can renew.
Yeah, you can join and you can do annual member, Patriot member, or life member.
Okay.
Me personally, I'm an overachiever. I've joined 4 times.
He did. He called me about it too.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, not at all.
And how much is it for a lifetime membership?
$1,000.
Yep.
$1,000 lifetime membership. Is that transferable if you die or no? How's that work?
No, that's just for you.
Just for each individual. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. But you can purchase a lifetime membership for anybody in your family as a gift as well.
Okay. You got family packages, anything like that?
No, right now it's just the Life and the Patriot member. So our annual membership is $25 for the year. Our life membership's $1,000, or you can become a Patriot member, and that's a donation of whatever amount of money you want to donate per month.
Okay. And what do you get with your membership?
Well, you get exclusive deals that we partner up with our partners that we'll send out to our members in our member benefit email. You get any of the cases that are going to be tried if we have an injunction. Unfortunately, due to the way the courts work, it's only at the time of the injunction for our members. So, like if there was another pistol brace injunction, it's only for the time of our members. But it also gets you into our first annual convention goals coming up August 17th and 18th in Knoxville, Tennessee. So that's a new added benefit that we've just added as of February.
Is that only this? So goals. Let's get into goals. Talk about your first big convention here. Do you have to be a member to attend, or is there like an entry fee somebody could pay to go and not be a member?
It's the same price as a membership, so you're just getting a membership for free, or at the same price.
So it's basically like the NRA. If you go to the NRA convention, the entry fee is a membership. That basically is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair, man.
So it'll be
$25 is still. I mean, that's cheap, and then you get a lifetime membership instead of just getting access to this one-time show. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to do. So I quit signing up for 4 memberships this year.
Just keep donating.
You're still going to sign up for 4. You're still going to sign up. I know you. You're going to get the renewal letter. You're going to be like, oh, I thought I renewed this.
Yeah, because let's be realistic. I've renewed on 3 of them over the last couple of years, and then I signed up for a new one this year.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I would call you a jackwagon for that, but it's going to a good cause, so you're a hero.
Yeah.
Your senility.
I was like, let's just keep it going.
It's benefiting us all. Oh, one thing I did want to add before we get into goals is, you were talking about these injunctions that get put out on some of these rulings, and it's only good for certain members. Why is that? If it's good for you, then shouldn't it be good for everybody? Why is it just members of G.O.A. or NRA or these Second Amendment foundations, or why is it just for these specific groups?
It's the way the judge rules. And I believe it's because of we are suing on behalf of so when we do a lawsuit, and we're on a ton of lawsuits, even if we're not on the lawsuit, we're writing amicus briefs and things like that on those. So we are suing on behalf, or writing an amicus brief on behalf of our members. And so just like any other court case, it would be that. And that just sets the precedent to take it to the national level to get a national injunction.
Yeah, but see that again, that makes no sense to me, because your members are citizens of the United States of America, and those laws are applying to them, which these other people are still citizens of the United States of America. So it should apply to, if it applies to you, it should apply to all.
Then they need to get behind G.O.A. and spend the $25 and support.
Well, no, I get that, Ton. I understand that, but I'm just saying that when a judge rules that, it's bullshit, because it's again, it's I don't know the fucking word I'm looking for, but I think people understand what I'm saying. That these are gun owners, they're Second Amendment, people. If these gun owners, this law is not good for them, then it's not good for any gun owner. So there's a reason behind that, and I'm sure it's political, and that's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. So let's get into goals.
Do
you want to address that? You can if you want to.
Well, no, I can real quick. I'm not a lawyer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express one time. So I'm just going to say,
I'm sorry.
I honestly, you know what, Lefty, what I'll do is I'll get the answer for you, because I honestly do not know the answer why they do that. And I'll get it to Ton.
I mean, I kind of got an idea. I understand why, but I just, if somebody does have a real answer, I would love to hear it, other than it's fucking political,
Yeah, I'll get you guys an answer. I really will.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. So let's do this.
So goals.
Let's talk the big convention coming up in Knoxville, Tennessee, my backyard here. It's just, it's like 2 hours away from here. Very close. Hop, skip, and a jump. Love going up there. Love going to the Smoky Mountains, which Knoxville's not the Smoky Mountains. A lot of people, when you say Knoxville, you think the Smoky Mountains. You got to go a little bit further, but Knoxville's still a beautiful, beautiful little city, beautiful town. They had the 1982 World's Fair was there. Yeah. 1982 World's Fair. You've got to be boom there. I still remember the advertisements.
Oh my God.
I went twice. I got to go 2 times to the 1982 World's Fair there in Knoxville. See the Sun Sphere, which is still there. The iconic Sun Sphere, which every city that hosts, and I don't know if it's still this way, but they build some sort of iconic structure or something that remains after the World's Fair's been there. So I don't think you guys are going to be building any structures for goals, but I guarantee you're going to leave that city better than when you got there. So talk about goals and what we can expect and see, and our listeners that would like to attend, how they can attend.
Yeah. So to attend, all you got to do is go to gunowners.org/goals, and there's a pre-registration there, or you can show up at the door. We're recommending that you pre-register. That way you can get through the ticket lines faster, because the lines will be long if you've ever been to any of the bigger conventions. But the big thing that we're doing differently is the show does only run Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
To the general public. There is a media day, vendor day, Friday. It's a way to celebrate the industry. A lot of people don't understand that when industry people go to shows, they don't actually get to enjoy shows. They just get to kind of hang out. So we're giving Friday a day for the industry, and it kicks off Friday night with right there, Spicy Friday Live with Johnny B.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be doing a free comedy show at the amphitheater. Right outside. It's first come, first serve. It's about 1,200 seats. Plus we have some overflow that you can stand, but it's an amphitheater, so it's outside. So you can listen to it outside and hang out. So Johnny's going to be doing a Spicy Friday Live there.
So this guy's a comedian?
Friday night. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got a 120,000 square foot convention hall filled with all your favorite Pro 2A gun companies, Canic, Sentry, Carr, Faxon,
Firebird Targets,
Palmetto, Firebird Targets. Sorry, Ton.
Thanks, bro.
So that's going to be going on. We also have panels and talks that will be going on during the show. So you can, there's a really cool panel that I'm the MC of. And that's going to be with Jamin McCollum, the owner of Palmetto State Armory, Pete Brownell, the owner of Brownell.
Yeah, I know Jamin.
Yeah, he's going to be on that panel. Pete Brownell's going to be on that panel. Adam Renola from Century Arms, Dave Burgess, who's the owner of Matador Arms, former owner of P80. We also have Jeremy Dedman from X-Tech, and as well as Josh from Hollow Sun, and
what's this going to be about? What's this panel going to be discussing?
So this one is the firearms innovation panel. So this is going to be talking about firearms technology and innovation and how we can grow and expand as an industry. We also have our panel on with all the content creators, the YouTube guys, Patton, Sean Heron, Mike Mills, Mr. Guns and Gear. That's going to be going on. There's talks with John Lott. If you don't know who John Lott is from Crime Research, he'll be there as well. He's written a ton of good Pro 2A books. You'll be able to meet Dick Heller. We're going to have a active shooter talk, what it's like to be to dispatch and be in an active shooter situation. That's going to be with one of the police officers who shot the Covenant shooter, as well as Stephen Williford from the Texas church shooting, as well as Rob Young, who was in the Stockton, California shooting, as well as has defended against an active shooter. So that one's an interesting panel.
Defended against a murderer? Has defended against a murderer.
Yes.
These people are murderers. They're not shooters. They're murderers.
There's also there's going to be no. You're right. You're absolutely right. There's going to be CCW Safe is putting on a little forum. There's going to be talks from politicians. Glenn Jacobs is going to be there.
Are these like breakout sessions, or is like multiple things going on at the same time, or all these where people can...
all the above.
Okay.
So there's going to be breakout sessions. We've got 2 stages. We have a main stage where a lot of the talks are going to be at, and then we have the forum, which is a little theater that's off from the main stage that we're going to do some breakout sessions and panels at. And then, like I said, Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knox County, will be there. If you don't know who Glenn Jacobs is, if you watch 90s wrestling, that is Kane. So Kane will be there if you're a big fan of 90s wrestling.
Kane is the mayor of Knoxville? Is that what you said?
Yep.
I did not know
mayor of
that.
Knox County.
Oh, Knox County. Okay. Well, which
Knox
is,
County, yeah.
Yeah, is Knoxville. Yeah. So that's cool. I did not know that.
Some of my favorite content creators are going to be there.
Me?
Who?
I'm not on any of the panels though, so I guess I'm not. I'm too controversial to be on the panels. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Herrera will be there. John Lovell will be there. Mr. Guns and Gears, Tactical Considerations.
Dana Lash
John
looks like
Patton.
it's going to be there.
Dana Lash, yep.
Dana, I like Dana. Well, good. So it sounds like a good time. And
John's not going to be there.
Who? Who's not going to be there?
I'm messing with John.
Oh, I didn't hear who you said.
Look at that look. Look at that look.
But Ton and I will be there. We're going to be at the the Firebird Targets booth. Do you know the number, Ton? The booth number?
1106.
1106, and I do believe Floody and the Typewriter Tactics. She goes by Typewriter Tactics, I think, on the grams. Cara will be there. So you guys can come by and see us at the Firebird Targets booth, and I'm sure we'll be walking around. And
Coop will be there.
Oh, is Coop going to be there? So Coop was on a couple episodes ago.
From the Reason Outdoors.
The Reason Outdoors, yeah. Another great nonprofit organization that helps our law enforcement, military, first responder men and women. So, yeah, that's going to be cool.
And Ton might make an appearance.
Ton's going to be there. And then speaking of, the main reason you want to come by the booth, the Firebird Targets booth, is we're doing another exclusive giveaway like we did at NRA. We've got some challenge coins made up. And Ton, you want to unveil what the challenge coins look like? You're muted. I unmuted you.
You muted me again?
So there's the coin. And how many of these we got to hand out? There's a limited number.
120?
120. So the first 120 people that come by and get one of these coins, what we're going to do is we're going to have a giveaway. And it's only for the people who come by and get these coins. And you're going to have to listen to the Talking Lead podcast after the event, right? Or are we going to do like a social media thing? Because not everybody's on social media.
We'll probably do it.
We'll make an announcement on who the winner is.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're playing it by ear.
Yeah, but you're going to have to listen to the podcast to find out if you're the winner or not. So
yeah,
you're going to have that coin to be eligible, but the prizes are going to include Firebird Targets. Obviously, you're going to get some a sampling of their all their Firebird Targets, non-binary. You call them explosions, explosives?
It's not a non-binary. It is a signaling device.
Okay, signaling device.
It's pre-mixed.
Great for gender reveal parties for your baby.
That's coming out
whether it's a boy or a girl.
Released yet, Turbo. Jesus.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that?
Killing me, Smalls.
Okay. I didn't know that was a real thing. I was just saying you could use these for that. So that's actually a thing. Great minds think alike.
That's a product release for later in the year. But yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out right around the time of the show.
There you go.
But we'll be giving away
And then also with that, is this going to be like one person wins it all, or we're going to have like a couple of different?
We'll give away some Firebird targets. We'll probably do a couple of different giveaways.
Yeah, I know Mission First Tactical will want to put some stuff up, so I think I'm going to try to get them to get one of their new bags, one of their new, is it Archon? Shit, I can't remember what they're called. Hold on. Acro bags.
Oh, no shit. That's badass.
Yeah, their new Acro bags. They've got 3 different kinds. They got some different colors. But anyway, Mission First is always down with taking care of you lead heads and people that support the show. So we'll have something from them. I'm sure Seal 1 is also going to want to put up some of their product. Seal 1 and Done, clean product. So we'll have several prize packages that we're going to put together. And, you know, if I tell CJ about it, there might be a gun involved. So who knows?
Of course, if you tell CJ's, man, that dude's...
We have given away... So we gave away... How many days was NRA? It was 4 days? We gave away 6 guns. I think we gave away 6 guns in NRA. This season on the Talking Lead AK Corner... this is the 7th, July the 7th month. We've given away, I think, 8 or 9 guns on the AK Corner already. And we were only supposed to give away 4 the entire season for the AK Corner. And we're already at like 8 or 9. September's giveaway, I was teasing this. And we'll go into more detail on August AK Corner. But we're giving away a Help Up, Pioneer Arms Corps Help Up, their new 7-inch AKM. It's the Pro version, so it's going to be railed. It's going to have a sling adapter on the back. If the Picatinis are available, he'll have the Picatinny where you can switch it out and be able to brace it. It might even come braced, he said. So who knows with CJ.
And
that's going to be September's. That's going to be September's giveaway. And listen to the AK Corner, August's AK Corner, and Marco and I will give you the details on what you're going to have to do to be eligible for that giveaway. The Firebird M50 targets are a new low-noise version of our popular 50 bio-detonating target. M50 targets are self-contained, pyrotechnic, reactive targets that are legal, safe, and easy to transport. Use the exclusive code TL15 for 15% off all orders at firebirdtargets.com. Firebird Targets is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade.
And here's something that I just got done messaging with one of our neighbors at Goals. Let me share screen.
And while he's doing that, the Mission First Tactical has their new translucent mags. They got several different colors. Go check them out. Use the code LEADHEAD. Get 20% off any of your purchases at Mission First Tactical.
And can you see mine?
Let's see. Is that it?
Right there.
Ooh, look at this. Shaw barrels.
Yep. Just got done talking to him, and he will be right next to us at Goals. That's who's in the booth right next to us. And part of the giveaway with the challenge coins is probably going to be one of these bad boys. They're brand new titanium lined barrel.
Oh, nice.
For 1022.
Okay. That's an awesome prize.
Yep.
So there you go. I mean, the prizes are just adding up now, and we still got a couple of weeks before we get there. So who knows what all we'll have by then. But that's the great thing about this show is we take care of our listeners, our audience. If you're watching, following us, participating, you're gonna get rewarded. Like I said, we give away guns, we give away kit, we give away gear, we give away training, we give away. They're not explosives, but they're called
reactive targets. They're signaling devices.
Reactive targets, which are the coolest in the industry. They're so much fun. If you've never shot one, you got to get a reactive target from Firebird Targets.
Yeah, you don't have to do the shake wake to get them to work.
There you go. You still can't take them on a plane either. So, but anyway, you got to listen. You got to subscribe. You got to participate. And we tell you what to do. Do that. That's participating, and that's where we get our pool of winners from. So, lots of cool stuff coming up.
Bring up.
And
you see this?
Ton has something else.
See that?
Bullets. Yeah, nobody claimed those.
Nope, because evidently our listeners don't like to donate to veterans.
Yeah, so if you go back to the Coop episode, which I can't remember what I called that one.
Yep, these are from Cutting Edge Bullets. We were going to give these away, and it was to whoever donated to the Reason Outdoors.
Whoever donated the most. Is that what it was?
Yep. And evidently, no one likes to donate to veterans. So
that was episode 540 with Ryan Cooperish, retired Gunny Sergeant, USMC, and we talked about his nonprofit organization, the Reasons Outdoors. Is that still viable, or is that off the table now?
It's till a week, till the first of the month.
There you go. It's just whoever donates the most that's a lead head. Then you're going to win.
Evidently, you couldn't even donate $1 to the veterans. That's pretty shitty.
Guilt them into it, Ton.
Dude, not even $1 to a bunch of vets. Wow.
Guilt always works, right?
Fuck. How much we've given? Firebird's given away over
get a 2,500 a ton of stuff. No pun intended.
Yeah.
We got to get the Kablooey challenge going again too. We got to start doing some Kablooey challenge stuff. But you got to listen to the show because I don't typically announce this stuff or advertise it on the social medias. So you got to listen to the show to find out what we're doing, what you got to do to participate. And like CJ Johnson with Pioneer Arms, he's doing a trip from Florida to Alaska. He's in Alaska now. But we're doing this game. It's basically, where's Waldo? Where's CJ? And if you spot CJ and his Toyota Tacoma, and we're giving you hints and everything, and you go up and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm a listener to the show, love your product, he's going to give away a gun. He's going to give you a gun. Not there, it'll transfer it. You got to be legal and all that stuff. But he's going to be making his way back from Alaska to Florida. So I made a post the other day while he was in Alaska, said he's in this part of Alaska. Actually, we got several listeners in Alaska, and I had one of them contact me, and he invited CJ to go on a fishing trip with him while he was there. That was fucking awesome. So, and he didn't want anything in return. He just wanted to take CJ, out on a boat, and guess what CJ did?
He went fishing?
He gave him a gun.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, I can't make it, but send me your FFL, and I'll send you a gun. So that's how we roll here. That's how we do it. We have awesome people like John with Gun Owners of America who are protecting our Second Amendment rights, doing it every day, and getting this bullshit stuff like selling a gun and you're going to go to jail for selling a gun because they consider you an FFL just because you sold a gun. It's ridiculous kind of stuff. Pistol braces. We got pistol braces back thanks to these guys. Got the bump stock back thanks to these guys. Are the binary triggers, are they legal? Are they allowed? They're allowed, right?
There was a new ruling last night. I'm not all caught up on it yet.
Okay.
But it sounds like we're good.
But you have to go and donate to the organization because the shit ain't free. Attorneys cost money. Travel costs money. Getting this information out and disseminating, letting you know what's going on and how they're battling it costs money. So they need money to donate. They don't run on thanks. So
yeah,
go to gunownersofamerica.org. Donate. I mean, as little as $25, you get a year membership, and then they got different increments from there, and you get the protection that you need. Now, what are you guys doing? Do you offer you don't do insurance, right? Like if I'm involved in a shooting or something that's not what you guys do. That's something else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you have you have companies that are a member of G.O.A. that offer that service, right? And probably give a discount to members.
We have companies that we work with, but none that we've endorsed. So we're because of our lobbying arm, we're not allowed to endorse any of them.
Gotcha. That makes sense. But goals coming up. I'm looking forward to covering that with Ton and the Floody and Kara. We're gonna have a good time. The 4 horsemen, 3 horsemen and a girl.
Oh, poor John. I want to apologize for whatever happens ahead of time.
You know what? You do you, boo-boos.
You may not
I'm just gonna
have us back.
I'll be so busy I probably won't even notice.
I will be on my best behavior, I promise.
I won't.
I'll keep him in line.
I know you won't. I don't even have to ask.
So again, go support them. Show them your support as a leadhead. Let them know you're behind them. If you can make it to Knoxville, we'd love to see you out there. Come by the booth, Firebird targets, and I'm sure we'll probably have some things to give away too. So come check us out. John, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to be on, sir. One last time, give the websites, give social medias, and then any parting words for the leadheads.
Yeah, go to gunowners.org. You can go there and donate to G.O.A. Go to gunowners.org/goals. That'll give you all the information about everything going on at the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit in Knoxville, Tennessee, August 17th and 18th. Woo. Also, go ahead and go to goals_con. That's our social media page for the convention, or just go to Gun Owners of America on all social platforms to check that out. Check out the State of the Second podcast. That's G.O.A.'s podcast where we talk about stuff. I'm co-host on that. So go check all that stuff out. And
there you go.
Thanks for listening.
Sign up. Spend the $25. Become a member. Don't be a cheap-ass motherfuckers.
Quit bitching at people, Ton. Dadgummit. So, Firebird Targets also. Go to firebirdtargets.com. Use the code TL15, and you get 15% off your orders at Firebird Targets. So there you go, leadheads. Show all our sponsors the love. Use those codes. Use them or we're going to lose them. And until the next episode, as always, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.
Baby.